Number 31 looks like it's going to be a pain in the neck, right? Which choice presents a main claim of the passage? We're at the end of the passage. We've been reading as we've gone, so hopefully we've absorbed a lot about the main idea. But, these can make us nervous. If we missed something because we were skipping around, we feel like we're not going to be able to answer it. Or sometimes as we're going, we're just not really clear about what the main idea is because there's so many weird science words involved. This one is especially guilty of that. But remember, we can narrow our focus a little bit here. So, yes, ideally we'd have a good sense of the whole passage. But if we're feeling like we don't have the time or the energy to reread everything, start with the title. The titles of the writing passages can sometimes be very, very helpful. Marsupials lend a hand to science. And yes, this thing was talking about whether they use their left hand or their right hand. The graph said that in just the title of the graph. So we have plenty to go on here to know that it's about these things. So which choices are about those things? Well, choice A, kangaroos, though, still do not exhibit handedness to the extent that humans do. Okay, so handedness is there. That's fine. That might work. B, for the marsupials in the study, then, handedness seems to be associated with bipedalism. Oh, that's that weird word that they also mentioned a bunch of times. But even without that, we've got two things here, whereas choice A only had one. Kangaroos are marsupials, but they're one marsupial. This title suggests that it's about all of them, but let's look at C and D. C, there are many things scientists do not understand about the marsupial brain. So it talks about the brain, but doesn't say anything about left hand, right hand, anything like that. D, additional studies on this phenomenon will need to be performed with other mammals. Well, that sounds like it's going to be a concluding sentence, because that's a lot of times how we write our papers for school, these kind of like broad, more research needs to be done. There are still many points of view. Like, who cares? They want you to restate the main claim of the passage. Don't end on this weird note of some other topic, right? Focus on the topic you've been talking about. And D does not do that. And now if we have to choose between A and B, sure, maybe we could read the whole passage, but I'm very confident that B is the answer here because it's very broad. It's talking about marsupials, whereas A is a little too specific, focusing on kangaroos only. And as we read this passage, hopefully we encountered a lot of other types of animals, not just kangaroos. So we need to be broad because the title and the passage are broad. That's fine. So just look for these matching ideas, narrow your focus to the title, see what that gets you, and if you need to read more, you're always allowed to. Just going on the title does not prevent you from reading more. It's just an easier place to start.